We've seen in previous videos how to create a budget and attach financing to it. When all these steps have been completed, you can send the budget for approval. An approval chain for the budget may have been defined at project level, as we saw in video 1.1.3, configure approval chains at project level. It's important to bear in mind that even if your budget is approved internally without using ID, you will still need to approve it in ID to be able to attach purchase orders to it. I continue with the same budget as in the previous videos. From the planning menu, I access budget page and select my budget by double-clicking on the line or by clicking on the details button on the right. My first budget version is now complete and ready for approval. If no approval chain has been configured, you can approve the budget directly by clicking on the Approve button. That would be right here instead of Send for Approval. And the status will change automatically to Approved. If an approval chain has been configured, as it's the case here, click on the Send for Approval button. The budget status changed for waiting for approval, and a timeline of requested approvals show where approval stands. Notification is sent to the approver by email and in the notification center. Since I'm the first approver for the training purpose, I received the notification just right here. So it said this budget is waiting for validation. So if I'm not in that page, I can click on the arrow here to bring me in the page, the budget page I need to approve. I have the choice of approving or declining. If I decline, the budget will be reassigned to the initiator if I am the first person to approve. If I am the second approver, by declining, I will have the choice of returning the request to the previous approver or to the initiator. So I'm going to approve this budget. I can add comment if I wish. And the notification is sent to the second approver. I will just refresh my page to see the approval. Once the last approval has been made, the budget status is approved, and it's no longer possible to modify the budget. The first budget created is the initial budget of the project, and it's displayed in the project dashboard. We'll come back to this in Module 3. Subsequently, you can create a new budget version based on the approved budget. In ID, only one budget can be in approved status at any time. Once a budget is in waiting for approval or approved status, it can no longer be modified. To make changes to a budget, you must create a new version of this budget. In the status section of an approved budget, the Create New Budget button lets you create a new version of this budget. By clicking on this button, a new version is created, which automatically includes all the budget items recorded in the approved budget with their amounts, and the status of this new budget version is in preparation. It's then possible to modify all the desired elements of this new budget version. If required, you can also modify the budget class, just right here at the top. You can then adjust the amounts and quantities of existing budget items or add new ones. For example, I will change the amount of the architect right here. So let's say now the estimation is not 12,000, would be like 14,000. So I can just change it. And the same approval process will be applied to this version of the budget. So I just click Send for approval. I just completed the approval process. When the new version is approved, since only one budget per project can be in approved status, the previous version that was approved will automatically change to archive status. So we can see the status in the budget list page. So you can see this one is now approved and the previous one is archived. This concludes this tutorial. and I invite you to review video 1.1.3 for the configuration of the approval chain should you need it. You may also wish to review the videos related to creating a budget. Don't forget that many of the articles in the wiki can also answer your questions.